Guerrilla warfare has been used throughout history by various groups, including resistance movements, liberation armies, insurgent groups, and the occasional house elf, with it being particularly effective against larger and more powerful forces. And there are lots of things from specific equipment to tactics that you should know about in DayZ. And out of respect, this video is dedicated to Harambe. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Wow. Guy's barely hanging on. Whoops, tapped the wrong button. Double tapped it. As ever, starting with the most basic ideas and then moving on to the more advanced, you'll need adequate camouflage. This doesn't just mean dark colours, but you can absolutely use a ghillie suit in these situations. Blending into your environment can be the difference between getting shot and getting seen. Guerrilla warfare is all about remaining in the shadows until the very last moment. You should always avoid direct confrontation. It should never be a 50-50 fight. Which leads us on to the next thing, ambushes. You can ambush entire squads by just following frequently travelled paths, and the way you work out these paths is by checking out the map, whether in game or on I Survive, and seeing what routes connect towns together. Then all you have to do is wait between the most popular town and you've got your ambush ready. Which leads us into traps. Guerrilla warfare is all about catching the enemy off guard. Whether using a bear trap to break a leg or a landmine, your goal is to cripple the enemy. Even in a squad, if you manage to cripple one player, the rest of the squad will always try to protect that person, which leaves them vulnerable and puts you in a perfect place to exploit. So how do you exploit? Well, you want to hit and run. By firing some shots and then trying to relocate, reposition or flank makes the enemy think that there's more than one player there, so while they're focused on the hill you originally fired from, you're sneaking around the side trying to take them out. If you do it right, these players will think they've been ambushed by multiple players. This is also supplemented by the weapons you use. You want to be loud, you want to be quick, you want something with range and maybe something with a bleed effect. So for melee weapons, you're best with knives or anything sharp. You'll also need whatever medical supplies can keep you going through battle, which includes blood, morphine, EpiPens and definitely bandages. You should also be utilising DayZ's explosive system, because no matter how much of a veteran in DayZ somebody is, if grenades start going off and explosions start going off, they know nowhere is safe, which can not only disorientate but can just scare the hell out of people. This will not only knock their confidence, but sometimes it causes them to flee, allowing you to loot whatever bodies are left behind. But what if they start to flank you? Well, you know how some people say you should really pick your hill to die on carefully? Yeah, ignore that. Do not pick the hill to die on and flee. Your only object as a guerrilla in this situation is to live to fight another day, so there's nothing wrong with cutting your losses and heading for the hills. Although traps can help with certain counterattacks, sometimes it is just better to leave, which will be significantly aided by you staying light. And what I mean here is keep unnecessary things out of your inventory. You don't need to be weighed down by things you're not going to use. If you're going out to be a guerrilla fighter, you need to keep as little on you as possible. Light, quick, loud, scary. This also applies to when you're not in confrontation, meaning you should avoid bases if you're going the guerrilla way. You don't want to be the victim of a raid. Therefore, what you should do is just make stashes and put them around the place. And the absolute best way to solidify these tactics and to learn way more in-depth ways of doing this is by watching this video right here on how to survive as a lone survivor, which will teach you the necessary skills you need, or click on this video here. But as always, until next time.